It's time for the Lowco Sports Lowdown. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, and Max Arraj.
Hey, Lowco Sports
you know
fans.
What? We may have to make another intro because we have a fourth.
I know.
Yeah.
Tim Alonso along for the ride as well tonight. I don't know.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to see how how committed he is to this thing before we go. Doing him a new voiceover, but no. Welcome to the show once again, Tim Alonso, joining Wes Kerr, Max Arraj, and Justin Jarrett on the Lowco Sports Lowdown Wednesday night edition. Kind of a slow night tonight, and I haven't seen any results from the events on the tap tonight. There was a golf and a tennis. Haven't seen any scores. So, the coaches are still getting into midseason form about getting their scores reported and stuff too. So if you are able, if you're listening and you have scores, hit us up in the comments. Get somebody on your team delegated to send us those scores so we can report them here on the Lowco Sports Lowdown. But even without any live news to really report on, we got plenty to talk about tonight. We got Adam Kinloch, our friend, the coach from Colleton County, coming on to talk with us. They play at Hampton County on Friday night. And then we've also got his buddy, guy he used to coach at Whale Branch, so Allen, friend of the program, joining us. So we'll let them kind of, chop it up and poke a little fun at each other, I'm sure, but also get their thoughts on these big games on Friday night, including the fact that they're both playing future region opponents for one another. So that's kind of interesting, like the Bobcats and Cougars will go head to head in region, as will the Warriors and the Hurricanes. So I suspect they'll be swapping film after this one. They'll be swapping scouting reports after this one. But and then in the back end of the show, we got Devin Butler joining us, another friend of the program. You talked with him many years ago, Wes, when he was just getting started in college. He's now graduated from VMI and through the portal, graduate transfer to Missouri Western, my old neck of the woods in St. Joseph, Missouri. So we're wishing him well this season. But he's got a camp going off at Hardeeville High School this Saturday. So he reached out and was letting me know about it. And I said, let's get you on the show tonight and let the people know about what's going on over there. So should be a great show tonight. Looking forward to it. Timmy's gone for the first half of the ride, and then we're going to let him get to bed, but and we'll bring it home. But how you boys doing? You had a good day? Not all at once.
Sorry. I guess it's been a slow day today in terms of sports and stuff like that. Not much to really talk about tonight, but I think we're just ready to go. Football week 1 starts tomorrow. JP2's got a game, and it should be exciting game to watch, see how they can handle, Lawrence Manning Academy. But other than that, there's not much to talk about in terms of sports tonight.
We got a good interview show though for you.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
we mentioned, but
I loaded it up.
It's kind of a calm before the storm, in a sense. Max, I don't know where you went there, but I'm just getting pumped for this Friday night. It starts on tomorrow. You mentioned the JP2 game. Also, Hilton Head, my alma mater. They get their season started. Don't forget about the Seahawks. They also play tomorrow at Stall. Start off their season.
Yeah, indeed they do. So we got 2 games on tap tomorrow night, which is a little unusual. 2 Thursday night games, opening this early in the season.
Yeah, well, there's always conflicts with official staffing. Sometimes
that's the thing. Yeah. Well, and with the JP2 one, I think it's because Cross plays on that field too, and they play Friday night at home. So I think there's a conflict there. So anytime they're home the same week, somebody's gonna have to bump to Thursday. So that'll be cool. I like it because it spreads it out a little bit. 2 games in one. It's often a game that gets played on Thursday that we wouldn't have otherwise been able to cover on Friday. So I kind of dig that. Just an opportunity to get in there and cover some teams that we maybe don't always see. So I hope Cross has some Thursday night games because I'd like to go see them at the 8-man level and see what it looks like. But it's hard to justify when you got a full slate of games. It's tough. So, but Tim, how you doing, man? How's the golf course treating you?
That's pretty good. We're still kind of reeling from the storm last week or 2 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah. Got a pretty good amount of rain last night too. Came down fast last night. Wes, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm, like I said, pumped for this weekend of football and ready to really get things ramped up again. But I'm looking forward to talking with these guests, especially catching up with Devin Butler, who I got to speak with around 2020. It was a long time ago when they were kind of contemplating on what their college plans are going to be. So just to hear from them again, two great individuals. We'll just hear from Devin, his brother Rashamel. I got to talk about to talk with. So definitely ask about him. But yeah, it's always exciting, and I'll tell you what. I enjoyed being outside today. It was a little cooler. It was a little cooler. It was around yeah. Although it's going to get warmed up again. It's that fake fall, It's going to get warmer.
Oh yeah. It'll rope a dope us a couple more times before we really get into fall weather, because there'll be like that 1 week in October where it goes like 95 on us, where you're like, where'd that come from? But one of our guests has arrived, the other has not. I'll start shouting out our sponsor, and we'll see if AK makes it over here, or if we get to shame him for being late. That'll be fun too. I know Zoe's probably licking his chops at that thought. Our presenting sponsor of the LowcoSports Lowdown is our all-star sponsor and our original sponsor, Mickelson Law Firm. They've been with us since 2017. They can serve all your legal needs right in downtown Bluffton, but they are our official real estate closing attorney, and they're the presenting sponsor of our Hilton Hood Christian Academy coverage. We thank Mickelson Law Firm for being with us since the very beginning and believing in LowcoSports. They're our all-star sponsors, so please support them with your legal needs. And we're going to welcome our first guest tonight. We'll see if the other half of our first guest shows up soon. But Alonzo Allen, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the show. There he is. He's not too far behind you. He's coming in hot right now. What's up, Zoe?
Not much. How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. I know you are eager to get after it this Friday night. You eat, sleep, and breathe football, so I know you're ready to get going. You got a tough task coming over to Bluffton. What are you looking forward to about taking on the Bobcats?
I mean, it's gonna be a fun matchup. I mean, we played on like 3 years in a row in scrimmages, so we know what they're about. So, I mean, we just gotta play our brand of football. I mean, stop that pass, but it's gonna be a fun matchup.
Yeah, new look for Bluffton with Aiton McCarthy under center, replacing Owen Bays. What have you seen so far from this Bluffton team? Just an overview of this program, and how cool will it be to go to their place and try to compete against them and look to knock them off on this first week of the season, and how pumped are you to get things back rolling after another outstanding year in 2023, and now the time is here to do it again.
I mean, as far as the quarterback wise, he got a strong arm. I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. He got a strong arm, so we gotta cover the deep passes on that and get on the receivers. And I'm always pumped to play football, man. Especially since it's my last year in high school football. I gotta go out with a bang. But I'm always gonna try to go out with a bang. So, I mean, I'm just ready to play football. But,
we all are.
I've been saying that since summer started. Really, since last year started, I'm ready to play football. So.
Yeah, man. You got your first offer recently from Erskine. Hopefully the first of many. You definitely aspire to play at the next level, and you hit the camp circuit hard this summer. You've been out there for a couple of years, but you really got after it this year. Tell us a little bit about what your summer was like and the work you were putting in out there trying to get on the radar.
I mean, camps, I've been doing that since I was in the middle school. So, I mean, it's just been consistent and grinding, like training at home, lifting at home, lifting with the school, and going right back out. So, just trying to work, trying to get my name out there, trying to get an opportunity. And
you definitely have, and you have ascended our ranks as one of the best defensive players in the Lowco, and I think a lot of it is due to your hard work, but also your coaching staff of Jerry Hatcher and how he pushes you. Tell me about what it's been like throughout the years to play for him now as you enter this last year as a Whale Branch Warrior.
He ain't never changed. He ain't never changed. I mean, since day one, he kept it real with me. I mean, especially with me starting my freshman year. Since game 1 started my freshman year, so he always kept it real with me. Always been hard on me. I mean, you just gotta take it with a grain of salt, man. Gotta work. Always gotta
We
work.
had Kinloch, and now he's walked away from the camera, so I don't know. He's going on walkabout, but we trying to get him in here. There he goes. That's a guy who knows a little something about Jerry Hatcher. Coach Kinloch, we got you on mute. You got to unmute your mic, Bo.
I'm here.
Technology.
There we go.
Struggling with this technology. Zoe was just talking about Coach Hatcher and the way he's kind of stayed on him throughout the years. And how much can you say about Coach Hatcher and the mentorship he gave you over the few years you were at Whale Branch there to prepare you for this opportunity at Colleton County?
Oh man, I mean, Coach Hatcher means so much to me, man. He was, my first head coach as an assistant coach, and I owe him everything, for him giving me a chance, bring me in as a 24-year-old kid straight out of college, super green, just wanting to coach, letting me be myself, and always trying, to improve me. It was always tough criticism, and like Zoe said, Hatcher's Hatcher. He gonna give it to you raw and uncut. And sometimes you might not like it, but it's what you need to hear. And a lot of the things I do now as my role as a head coach, it comes from Hatcher. And when I say things, sometimes I laugh because it's like, oh man, that's just like Hatcher.
Good old Hatcher. Tim, you got any questions for these guys? Not to put you on the spot.
I'm trying to think. I haven't caught up to everything going on yet. I've been up in Myrtle for the past year or two, so I'm not privy to at least the past couple of years in the high school game. My years,
we're trying to get you back in the. We're trying to get you back in the mix. But you remember Coach Kinloch? He was at May River a few years back.
Yeah.
Kinloch, you and Zoe, you guys have such a great relationship going back to your time at Whale Branch. So I figured you guys would probably poke a little fun at each other tonight. But also, y'all going to swap film after this game? I mean, you need that Bluffton film, and they need that Hampton film. So you guys going to meet up after the game?
Yeah, a little something like that. I talked to Hatcher, and we definitely gonna exchange, somewhere down the road. But yeah, man, I've known Zoe since he's been 5, 6, 7, something like that. I mean, I've seen him play, little league up to middle school, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, I was right there, and his dad is like, hey, nah, you come bring the Whale Branch now. We got an early college program, and it's a blessing to be able to see a kid, grind, get that first offer, blossom. I always, I said, man, he's a kid that he's gonna be 6 foot, 220 pounds, but it's gonna hit him right after the day he graduates high school. That's when it's gonna hit him, man. He's a grinder, and that's what you want to see out of a kid. Do the schoolwork, never give up. I mean, he hit the circuit this summer every weekend. I talked to dad, and his dad is one of my very close friends, and they always on the road. And and one thing about having parents that can get you to these places, because it costs money for hotels, gas, and to pay these camps. And he's the kid that does what he's supposed to do in the classroom, and does the work around the house and do those things that that's what you want out of a kid, especially because every kid that doesn't have that situation, and to see him blossom and grow and continue to work and stay humble, because some kids, just might get in it themselves like, well, my parents can do this and that for me. To see a kid be humble, man, it's a blessing. He knows I'm super proud of him, man, and I'm cheering for him all the way.
Unk coming through. I believe that's what you call him, right, Zoe? Unk?
Yeah, I call
him. Zoe, what's it been like for you too? Obviously, you guys it's a bittersweet thing when a coach you love goes on and gets an opportunity somewhere else. So I know that everybody at Whale Branch was happy for Coach Kinloch to get that opportunity, but also sad to see him go. You keeping tabs on him on Friday night, checking up on his scores, seeing how the Cougars are doing?
A little bit here and there. I mean, yeah, when I get a chance to, but yeah, it's all love over here. I mean, he got his opportunity. We saw what he was going.
Yeah.
So he saw that opportunity. Proud of him. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
It's like he proud of me. I'm proud of him. We growing together over the years, so it's all love.
All love the end of the day. Great to hear that. But talk about this Well Branch Warriors team this year. Obviously, a couple of losses to graduation. KJ Chisholm leaving to embark on the next level, and a couple of others moving on. But you still bring a lot back, including Bowers, who can do a little bit of everything on both sides, and then you really being the anchor defensively. So tell me about your thoughts on this team and how you all look heading into the opener.
Well, the main thing we all like a brotherhood. I mean, because we all grew up together, same 3-4 years all together. And we all matured together. Like for Bowers, he matured as a quarterback. I mean, especially from seeing him his freshman year to now, way more mature. It's timing like that now. Then you got Dede and Aaron on the outside. You get the ball in their hands, they gonna make something shake. Well, even with Devon Evans, we call him slides. He can go from running back to wide receiver, get the ball in hands. He can do something. Then you got me and Shady in the backfield. Well, Javon Harris. It's like a lightning and thunder type of thing. And then defense, you got little Ivy on Watson. And then you got Tony Broxton at the end, Joseph Darby at the end. Then you got Big Makai Green and at D tackle. And then linebackers, you got me, Trey Hills, Javon, and Aaron. And holding down that back end, you got Dede or Dayon Brown. Then you got Bowers on the other end. Then you got Zaire and Devon Evans.
Oh, Zaire up top at safety.
Yes, sir. He gonna roll down to the bottom. He gonna be at safety too.
Yeah, and he can move. He can scoot. He's quick.
Yes, sir.
He's pretty quick. Yeah, all right. I like how it's shaking out over there. Dayon is definitely a threat, like a deep threat. Like that guy can fly. So we saw you guys had some success with the pass game, the deep pass game against Hilton Head in that scrimmage. So it's going to be interesting against Bluff. It could, there could be some points put on the board in that game. That could be kind of interesting. Coach Kinloch, you got a tough task, man. You got to go into Hampton County, not an easy place to play. Big rivalry that you guys have kind of rekindled last year with the new school over there, and you guys are doing it up big. How excited are you to go into Hannah's house and try to knock them off on Friday night?
Man, I'm excited. This is going to be a big game. Everybody's talking about it. Good trash talk between both communities. Kids going back and forth on social media. I talk to Hannah all the time, and it's crazy. We don't even talk about the game, and we call, text, whatever, and it's all love. But looking forward to going in and winning the ball game. They're a good football team. They have a good tradition going, even when they were still Wade Hampton. But when you add a red hot Estill team that was coming off a good season and a Hampton team that, that coming off of, playing in Lower State like 2-3 years in a row. I mean, you got something special that those kids play hard. And but we're going to play hard too. And this is a special year for the Cougars, weight room strong now, and just another year doing it our way, and changing things up. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a tough ball game, and I see it'll be just like last year, 4-quarter, ball game where we'll see who wins in the end.
Yeah,
you guys in tough last year. Go ahead.
We did. No, like you said, they play each other. You guys played Hampton, and it was a tight game. You were a heck of an opponent against a Hampton team led by Zion Dobson last year, and you kind of kept it in check a little bit, kept it close. So a lot of respect to what you did, and not just that, how you competed in the region last year, and picked up some key wins. That Hilton Head game was a classic over there. That was a tremendous ball game, and just really impressed by the way you led this team last year to kick off the stint at Colleton County. Talk me about the excitement that's going into this season after you saw the basis of of what you guys could do in 23 and how you hope to carry that over into 24 after, notching a couple of wins, including that big one last year in region play that I mentioned in that win over Hilton.
Oh, yes, sir. We're definitely excited for the season. One of the things we want to focus on this year was the weight room. We live in the weight room. I mean, that's what we do. If we do anything, we don't do anything else. We are in the weight room. We wanted to change that culture around our program where it wasn't like oh man, we're going to the weight room. They're gonna kill us in there. To change it to the point where the kids want to be in there. Right now, they're running to the weight room. If I give them a choice to be there all day, they'll be in that weight room all day. And that's what we were so looking forward to this season. Being in the weight room, just being weight room strong. That's what we were missing last year. Not being able to finish ball games or just go to toe with some of the better opponents. And going into 2024, kudos to our strength conditioning coach, Coach Tommy Brown, and the entire staff for putting in work, this off season. But this version of the Cougars 2024 version, we're going to be able to to be in those ball games. That's all we want is a chance in the fourth quarter to have a chance to win the ball game. It's not realistic to think you're just going to beat everybody by 50. We hope that that's the case, but realistically, we'll have more close games than larger margin games, and and we just want to make sure that our kids have an opportunity in the end of the game to be in the best shape possible, and to win the ball game. And this year will be that year.
Very good. You got a good quarterback coming back. Sean Williams came into you last year from Miami, showed some really good signs, kind of a dual threat guy. Got him back. I know you're excited about him, as well as got a running back you're excited about, and a couple guys down in the trenches.
Oh, yes, sir. Sean, he's come a long way. One of the biggest things in him, we wanted him to be more of a vocal leader. He has stepped up. He's a quiet kid. And, you usually don't say that about people from Miami, because most time you find somebody from Miami, they like to talk in there loud, but he's a quiet kid, but he is leading in the right direction. We're running back by committee. I'll leave it as that. You'll see a couple of different faces back there, but, Cameron Grayson is the name everyone knows, but we'll see him all over the place, in about 24 hours from now. He might line up in the slot. He might line up out wide in the backfield. Might see him a little fullback and quarterback. We're going to get on the ball. And, up front, we have some guys that we're really proud of. Zay Green has taken the next, step, becoming, so I believe, one of the top, defensive linemen, not just in Lower State and State. This kid can flat out play, and he looks the part. We're looking for big things from him, and Carter Stevens and Big Demo, Demarios Johnson Stevens, and just all those guys, and Sean Bowles and Brandon Hyde, and we got some young guys coming up, man. We are very excited about our depth on the OL and DL.
That's critical to have some depth down there, because you're going to take some hits down there and have to fight through them. Anybody else got questions? I don't want to dominate this thing.
Good, Max.
Questions?
Yeah. So you guys have like a really fun looking schedule this season. I think one of the games y'all are most looking forward to is that Hampton County game in October. I know y'all are looking forward to having some fun against Hampton County. You guys get to play Philip Simmons this year. You play Battery Creek. It should be an interesting game. Tell me what your thought process on this season, what the outlook is for you guys on the season.
Yeah, we always want to have fun week in, week out. I mean, yeah, we always look forward to the big games like Creek, Hampton, Barnwell, Philip Simmons. But you always got to be 1-0 each week. That's always the message. Be 1-0 each week. 1% better every day. So you can't look forward to a week ahead. You got paid, and we got beat now.
1 week at a time. It's the only way you can do it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You can get yourself in trouble thinking too far ahead, get caught in a trap. But certainly that game looms large. That Whale Branch Hampton County game looks like it's going to be a big one. I think Philip Simmons is real good too. Buford's Home going to be airing the Whale Branch Hampton County game per our friend Javon. So that's great news for everyone, except for whoever's collecting the gate on that one. You're going to lose a few bucks because Buford's Home got it on the stream. So that's all right, though. It's all good. No, that one looks good. That's why I said you guys will definitely be swapping film because Kinloch got his eye on Bluffton, too. I'm interested. Kinloch, who you got winning their region? Alonzo, who you got winning their region?
I'm gonna go ahead and roll my boys, Jerry Hatcher and those, the Whale Branch Fighting Warriors. I gotta roll with the home team.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with y'all too. I'm gonna roll Colleton County too.
Oh, so's calling Colleton to win the region, knocking off Buford, knocking off May River, knocking off Bluffton. Beating them all, Colleton.
Bookmark, yeah.
I don't hate that choice because I think Colleton County is like a real sleeper in this region.
If Colleton County does it and wins this region, we're gonna be playing that clip on repeat.
Oh yeah,
yeah, crazy
100%. Yeah, 100.
But,
oh man,
yeah, beautiful. He says don't put it on the air after he puts it in the comments on Facebook. Like people ain't gonna see it. Come on now.
But Alonzo, I want to hear from you. What do you need to do? What does this team need to do to get to that point to claim the region crown at the end of the regular season?
I mean, it's gonna come down to our linemen and us tackling. I mean, you gotta have 11 hands to the ball every single time. It can't just be one person making it. You gotta at least be 2 or 3 people making the tackle, or even that whole defense. Gotta be around the ball, and then come down to that trench play. I mean, if you can't do nothing, you can't win a football game without the trenches. That D line, that O line, we gotta work. I mean, we got everybody coming back. They don't make no excuses, so we gotta work. And that's what it came down to last year. That trench play.
Right on, man. I guess same thing for you, Kinloch. What's gotta break right to make Zoe's prediction come true?
Oh, in terms of Whale Branch? Oh,
yeah, no, for you. His prediction that Colleton's winning the region. Yeah.
Oh, for us to win that region, we just got to play ball. I feel like we're going to be in the mix. We're strong. We've always had athletes, but now we have strong athletes. And we just got to play. We're still a young football team, young in a lot of spots. We got some key guys coming up that we held back as sophomores on the JV just to get some more reps because we knew it was going to be rough on varsity last year. But just getting those guys just to play. We do lack some varsity experience in certain areas, critical areas, I'll be honest. But, just us playing and, finishing ball games. And I think that's the key to it, just us putting ourselves in position in the end of the games to be in it. Because if you're still in the game in the fourth quarter, that means you still have a chance to win.
Yep,
that's right. And the more times you find yourself in that situation, the more times you're going to finish the job. I mean, that's just the reality. You're gonna learn how to win. And once you do, it might be kind of scary. Colleton's been a sleeping giant for a long time, and we've all known it. You look at the sideline, and it's always looked one way, and it hasn't always produced on the field. But you guys definitely seem to have it to go in the right direction. And you shouted out your staff, but I would also say. Shout out to your administration, because I remember when you got hired, they straight up told you, like, here's the list of jobs in the building, hire as many coaches as you can, and you went to work putting together a staff knowing that it takes a village, just like it did at Whale Branch. So credit to them for giving you the support and you for putting the vision out there and putting together a staff to lead it, because definitely going in the right direction, man, and very happy for you. That was kind of the dream job for you, the alma mater. So happy for you that you're having success, and we can't wait to see what you guys do this year, man.
Yes, sir. Definitely appreciate y'all. I mean, I look forward to coming on the show. I feel like somebody, hey, when I get that text, man, you want to jump on?
That means a lot to me, honestly, because sometimes I feel like I'm putting people out when I ask them to come on, so when it's an honor, that feels good. But Zoe, same to you, man. We're so proud of your work over the years. We've been following you since this thing started almost. Feels like since you was in middle school, we've known your name. So been cool to watch you grow up and get to know you personally and consider you a friend. So we look forward to seeing what you do this senior year, and we're always big Whale Branch Warriors fans and definitely Cougars fans too. So thanks for joining us tonight, fellas. Best of luck Friday night, and we'll talk to you real soon.
So peace. Thank you.
Yeah, all right, take care. Alonzo Allen and Adam Kinloch joining us tonight. Great to talk with those guys. Nothing but love between those two, huh? I thought they might poke a little fun at each other, but they were not taking the bait. There's nothing but love between those two. That was cool.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, I think you got to get going, man. We appreciate you hanging out.
Hey, before you go, just give me a thought about this weekend's slate. What are you most excited to see?
I'm excited.
You're going to May River, right?
Yeah, I'm excited for this game tomorrow night. I've heard that the May River offense is supposed to be looking for an air raid, so hopefully I'll get to see something.
Oh, really? Air raid?
That's Thursday or Friday. May River's on Thursday or Friday.
They're on Friday.
Oh yeah,
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, not tomorrow. Friday.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see.
Tomorrow we do have two games.
Yeah, tomorrow is a couple. Was it Hilton Head tomorrow?
Hilton Head and JP,
Hilton Head's
JP2,
Hilton Head's at Stall and JP2's at home against Lawrence Manning. So
Okay.
those are both be interesting games. All right, man. Well, thanks for hanging out, and we'll get you up to speed on Lowco high school football real quick over the next couple of weeks, and you'll know what's going on.
All right.
All right, man. We'll see you, Tim. That's Tim Alonso.
I really hope
Lowco member
because I'm starting to feel like JP2 can stay in this game tomorrow. I hope they do. Yeah.
I think they got a shot.
Yeah.
Well, hey, the MVP sponsors of LowcoSports starts with my wife, Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of LowcoSports. She's with Keller Williams, the Low Country. She'd love to help you find your place in the Lowco or upgrade to a bigger, better place in the Lowco. If you want to get in the market, it's a great time with Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of LowcoSports. Homegrown Home Inspections is the official home inspector of LowcoSports, so the best in the biz when it comes to making sure you're making a great investment in your home. And if you're building a new home, you got to have the phased inspection where they'll check on it every step of the way and make sure it's built right with Homegrown Home Inspections. And Hospice Care, the Low Country, our official hospice provider, providing palliative care, hospice care, and free grief counseling, plus much more. Because at Hospice Care, the Low Country, it's not about dying, it's about living. And our next guest, old friend of the show, going way back to when we first got the podcast going, right? Wes, you talked to Devin and Rashamel Butler way back early on, it feels like. And Devin Butler coming to town this weekend. Let's see if he's there. Make sure he's there. Get your camera on for me, Dev. There we go, baby. And Devin Butler, what's up, man? Welcome back to the show. What's going on, buddy? So you've got a new digs. You're out in St. Joseph, Missouri, at Missouri Western, out near where I grew up and went to school. But you'll be back this weekend, back home in Hardeeville, putting on a camp over at the high school. Tell us just a little bit more about what you got going on this weekend.
Yeah, so basically I'm running this camp for all the kids in the area. I know I didn't have anything like this coming up, so being that I am a resource for all those kids, I want them to see that it's possible to play at the highest level or to do whatever you want to do, but also to see the kind of work that goes into it and, kind of see the lifestyle as well. So that's kind of my biggest goal with this camp. But I also want the kids to have fun. I want it to be a fun experience for everybody. I want the parents to come back and, be able to send their kids back to the next camp that I do or whatever the case may be. But that's really my goal.
That's awesome, Dev. Great to hear from you. Talked to you many years ago when you were really starting your journey onto the college ranks, and you've done so much since then. And I'm just really proud of you for putting on this camp. And we've seen some other local athletes do things like this, including Nick Pringle, who's now about to play for the Gamecocks, South Carolina. But you're doing just awesome work and helping making a difference to these kids, giving them a roadmap, a blueprint, how to work hard, how to succeed. What do you want your kids to take away, and kind of what activities are you hoping that they'll enjoy there to really get the feeling that, okay, I'm seeing what this guy did, and maybe I can follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, so kind of some of the things that I know some of the kids will be excited about is playing against each other and really being able to compete after putting in the work and seeing some of kind of come to fruition. So one thing that I'm going to emphasize with the younger camp, the first session, I'm going to work on fundamentals with them. Just kind of stuff that the little stuff as basketball players, and then I'm not going to get too advanced with the older guys, but I'm the little things that they can use to become advanced as a basketball player. And then from that, I'm going to play the older session. So I'll be playing pickup with those guys, and I'll show them a little bit, nothing crazy, but I'll just show them what it takes to get to this point, and hopefully they can be a lot better than I am. So, I think that it'll be fun for them to just play and kind of be in an environment where it's basketball and something that they haven't been in. So that's my goal, and I think they'll have a lot of fun for it.
Outstanding, man. Are you getting a good response? You gonna have a good turnout on Saturday?
I think I will. I think I'll have 35, maybe 40 kids. I'm not too sure yet. I'm still trying to see how it goes, because a lot of kids can still show up and try to. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I'm happy for it.
All right. Well, we're happy to help get the word out, and I'll definitely be talking about it at school tomorrow. See if we can get some more kids signed up. Since I'm working there now, your names still come up around there, man. Your names are hallowed around Hardeeville. My guy Rayleigh, always talking. He's proud of all of his kids who have gone on and had success, and really puts all you guys on a pedestal. So you went on to VMI and had a great career there. Graduated from there and went the graduate transfer route to Missouri Western. So, just give us a little more insight into that journey, because, coming out of high school, you had a little bit of interest, but you had to work to kind of get your name out there and get some opportunities and find one that fit for you. And then I'm sure there were times at VMI when it was tough, but you were able to stick it out and finish out there. So just kind of take us through, the last few years in your journey.
Yeah, so really my goal has always been to play in the NBA, and I'm not afraid to say that to anybody at this point, because I don't know how to explain this, but when I was younger, my whole thing was don't talk about your goals, just work towards them, and eventually but now I'm growing and I'm learning that there's a lot of power in manifestation. So really believing in what you're looking to accomplish. And so for the last 2 years, it's been nothing but work, nothing but trying to figure out how I can be the best basketball player. So that's been changing my whole lifestyle. So, whether it's sleep or whether it's what I eat, a lot of things have kind of changed over the years to where I can become a better basketball player and eventually see myself in the pro level. So my goal this year at Missouri Western is to first and foremost win a championship in this league. Winning is the most important thing, because after winning, then that's where all the accolades and everything else falls in place. But I think that we have the team to do a lot of great things. Eventually, hopefully, see ourselves in the Division II national tournament. And compete to be one of the best teams in the country. So I'm not really. One thing about this year is I'm not really too worried about me playing or me being. I don't know how to explain it, but trying to be productive, because I know that I have the trust in this coach to where he's kind of just gonna let me play and be the player that I want to be. So that's kind of been my main focus, is working on doing the things that I want to do, playing with the pace that I want to play, and knowing that I'll have the ball in my hand a little more to showcase what I want to showcase. And then from there, eventually, I'm praying that everything will work itself out to where I can sneak myself in the draft or hopefully get a G League opportunity.
staying true to your game and trying to take advantage of every opportunity. Love that so much. But I want to hear more about your brother Rashamel and what he's been up to and how the relationship with him has helped you really strengthen your game and just your passion for basketball throughout the years, especially now as you continue in college.
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all know, but Raw has been going through an injury. He's recovering from ACL tear, so he won't be back. I'm not sure how much longer he has, but recovery has been well. He's been figuring things out. His next step is to hopefully play overseas or hopefully, get a pro contract somewhere. And he has all the resources to do so. He's got the game to do so. So it's no doubt in my mind eventually the pro opportunity somewhere. How that impacts me, brother, he brings the role model. So I look at him. I look at all the things that he does in order to make him a better player. And in turn, it makes me a better player. It makes me a better person. And Raw's the type of person where I'm doing a really good job of what I'm doing, and he thinks that, oh, well, Dev, I think that you have the potential to do it. But I look at it vice versa. I think that he has the potential to do a lot of great things, probably way more than I can do. And so that's our relationship, to where it's like we're putting each other to be the best that we can be. But he sees that I can be better than him, and I see that he can be better than me. And I think that's a really good way to look at it as far as brotherly love and competition, trying to be the best that we can be. And so it's a really good relationship between us. And it's been that way since we were younger. So
that's awesome, man. Got the details on the camp here. If you can see them Saturday, first session will be grades 1 through 5, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Second session, grades 6 through 12, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., $25. So a very affordable opportunity to get some great training from a Jaguar legend, man. There's been a lot of names come through, but like not a lot of guys who went on and played at the next level with the success that you've had. So like you're on a pedestal around here. Tell us just a little bit more about your high school career, playing for Coach Faber, obviously a great character of the Low Country for sure. You guys always had exciting teams. You played an exciting brand of basketball, and your gym was always hype. So I know you had a great time playing high school ball down there.
Yeah, no, it was always fun. And I just remember the work beforehand, because as far as like working as hard as you can, everything translates. So when you are working as hard as you can, but you do something that may seem like you're slacking off, you'll see it in the game. So I don't know. Yeah, for me, essentially, a lot of the times so my senior year, I didn't have a good job. I wasn't handling the ball. I saw that in how I was training in the summer. So I was really just trying to make up for it throughout the years. So in high school, it always felt like something in my missing. So I don't know. I loved being at Ridgeland, but I just felt like there was something about my game that just didn't allow me to get to the next level. And so with all that being said, I wasn't a top recruit. I think I was only a 2-star coming out of Ridgeland. And then I went to Phelps, which is another high school essentially. It's a prep school as a post-grad.
Right.
And I saw all the little things that I was talking about, being able to handle the ball, being able to shoot consistently. All of those things that I saw at Ridgeland, that, big games like playing at May River or playing against Wade Hampton at home. Those little games where it's like we're playing against not as good as a team, no disrespect, but Estill. Like those games that I still have to take seriously. So high school was a big key in being as consistent as possible for me throughout the rest of my career. And Coach Faber was a big part of that, as far as seeing how many players that he had before me coming in and coming out, and not really getting the results that they wanted. And so I feel like he did him, and a lot of credit to Coach Wilson as well. I don't know if y'all know Coach Kevin, but well, just them seeing the potential and them seeing that we had an opportunity to be better than a lot of the people that came before us. And so it was always good vibes, always hard work, of course, but I always felt like it was worth it. I always felt like there was something that we were doing it for. And so we had those 2 state championship runs, and we didn't win one, but that was right. So being that I didn't win in high school and I didn't win at VMI, I really want to be able to win here. And at the next step of my career, where hopefully I see myself in the NBA or on a high-level overseas team. So high school really set me up for the potential of a really good career.
It's important to have that backbone of a good high school program, great coaches, and Jeremiah Faber has been one of the best throughout his tremendous story career on the Lowco, and you definitely got a good one in Coach Faber. But he taught you the big things. Now it's like up to you working on the little things that can set you apart at this stage of your career. So what are those important factors that you were working on as you get ready for what's to come in your basketball journey?
So I've been working on not necessarily basketball things, but a lot of mental things this year. I know how to play the game, so that's not really an emphasis. I'm a train. I'm gonna still do everything that I need to do. But the one thing that I've been trying to work on is consistency. So I have a journal. I've been writing in my journal. I'm the National Player of the Year every single day, and I want to be consistent in that because that can translate to me being the most consistent player in practice, to me being the most consistent player playing the game. And so my mind has shifted into being, okay, I'm just a physical basketball player. It's a lot more to basketball than just being a physical basketball player. You have to be a mental basketball player. You have to think the game. You have to read and react. That's something that I've been challenging this year. So it hasn't been all about basketball. I don't know if y'all know this book called Atomic Habits, but that's a book that I recently read, and that shows the cues of your habits, so something that, so if I'm in my room and I don't want to wake up or something like that, and I have an alarm clock, and the first thing I see when I hit the alarm clock and I wake up is a poster of Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant saying a motivational, something like that. That is a cue. Okay, I need to get up, get in the gym. Or I roll over, see Call of Duty or 2K on my screen and be like, okay, well, I'll just video games. So those little things, being able to set myself up for future success.
What does it all come back to? What does it all come back to?
I call it booby trapping myself.
Yes. But what was it all come back to? It's either you live with two options.
The pain of discipline or the pain of regret.
Right.
That's my guy Jack Ossery, former Hilton Head Christian Academy swimmer. He's now at the Naval Academy. He gave me that. He hit me with that one last year, and it stuck with me, man. Like, I can't shake it. You have the choice between two pains every day: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And man, that thing, his voice shouts that at me some days when I'm wanting to make a bad decision and choose regret. And it helps. And yeah, Atomic Habits is legit. I subscribe to that guy's newsletter too, and get like an email from him every day with little motivational tips. And mindset matters. Like I said, I call it booby trapping myself. I put things around to remind myself to do things that I know I'm going to forget to do or not want to do, or, that kind of thing. So that stuff matters, man. You ever seen the movie Memento, where he writes himself notes because he can't remember anything? Sometimes I feel like that, but it's like I got to booby trap myself into good habits.
Yeah.
I got to put everything out where I can see it so I can't forget. Like, yeah, man. Well, hey, I look forward to connecting with you again on Saturday. over in the jungle, over in the our wonderful gym. Got to be one of the coolest gyms in the world, right? So cool with that mural. But great to have you tonight, Max. You or Wes got any questions for Deb before we let him go?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of covered every yeah. Just your thoughts on your journey through the Lowco. I mean, you talked about it for a little bit. But kind of what does it mean to blaze a trail through here? We've seen it for yourself and some others, and going back, kind of tying it back to the start of this interview about the camp. Like, how special is it to be able to provide this opportunity for these kids to kind of show how important it is to, blaze a path for them to follow and be that reason that these kids fall in love with basketball and fall in love with the passion that, centers around that hard work, which will bring about success.
Yeah. So, honestly, one of the things that I've tried to live by ever since, high school, where I wasn't getting recruited, I kind of changed my mindset to where I'm just going to be a tool for God. So, and I don't mean a very cliche way. I mean that very seriously, where I live my life and I devote every single thing that I do to be a tool for God. So yeah, I play basketball. Yeah, I go to school. Yeah, I might be, all of these human things, but the one thing that is my eternal goal is to be a tool for God. And so to be a resource to the kids, and you'll hear me say it Saturday, but to be a resource to the kids and be somebody that can refer the love and the faith, the faith aspect of basketball, the faith aspect of life to these kids, and see how they apply it to their lives. So I've had a lot of kids, or recently I've been training kids, and so to see the mindset change, to see the growth in their game, just all that stuff, that's way more important to me than who I am. It makes me, oh yeah, I play basketball. I've done this, I've done that. But what really makes me happy is to see these kids and see the growth that they have because of what I've done. And so I like to see God. So it's just a blessing to be in this position and to be able to give back. And that's kind of always been my goal as far as trying to give back to the community.
So you're saying you're going to coach someday. That's what you're saying.
I'm not really a big fan of being a coach, just because there's a lot that comes with it, a lot of emotions that you have to deal with. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just I don't want to be the reason that a kid falls. Well, I want a big help. So maybe I'll be on the sideline trying to help out, but we'll see.
Yeah, man. Well, you'll be a great one if you decide to go that route. But we also need those private trainers to train them up. That other voice they sometimes need to hear instead of coaches. So we appreciate you, Dev. We're proud of you, man. We've been following you all these years, and I'm excited you're playing in the MIAA. I know a little bit about that league. I grew up not far from Pittsburgh State, so went there for a semester. So I know your league.
Have you been
What's that? Matter of fact, the coach at Missouri Southern is Jeff Boschee, former Kansas star, married to my cousin. So I got some ties to the MIAA.
Yeah,
Do what?
Tanner Mans, he plays there now.
Yeah, I don't know him. I don't really keep up with Pitt State anymore. It's been a minute. But I did attend there for a semester back in '96. I was a gorilla for a semester back in '96. So we'll be keeping tabs on you in the MIAA, baby. And maybe you'll run into USCB in the national tournament if the Sand Sharks have a breakout year. So that could be fun. All right, man. We appreciate you, Dev, and we'll see you on Saturday.
All right, see y'all. Y'all have a nice night.
Take care, man. That's Devin Butler, former Jaguar. He was cutting out a little bit there at the end, but great to hear from him. Great dude. And we just love, I just love to see kids. We say it all the time, but bet on themselves and win.
Yep.
And he talked about. I know there were some people who've been over backwards and worked really hard for him and Arraj to get the opportunity to go play prep school for a year and buy them that opportunity to, get seen again. And it paid off in spades for them. So, credit to those folks who were in their corner back in the day, because it's an all too common story of the kid who just gets overlooked and they don't have anybody who can give them that kind of opportunity. And that's it. It's gone. And so credit to the folks who saw, a couple of bright kids with a bright future and gave them a leg up to give them that chance. So help them get that chance, I guess, is more appropriate, because they had to take advantage and earn the opportunity, but they helped them put them on that path. So credit to them and credit to Dev and Arraj for taking care of business and making the most of it. And Devin's still on the journey. So great to hear from him tonight. The Lowco Booster Club. We're at the varsity sponsors. DDS Web Design builds, hosts, and maintains websites for businesses and nonprofits to get results. So if you need to get found online so you can do more and think bigger, go to ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group serves legal needs across Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties, and they are helping us continue to expand our coverage in those counties and shine a light on more deserving teams and student athletes around the Loco. Dr. Ambrose Cole is our official chiropractor of LowcoSports. You can find him at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton, and he'll get you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. And Reverence Wrestling Club, our official wrestling sponsor and the presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind. And you can take your skills on the mat to the next level at Reverence Wrestling Club. I've got nothing else tonight except talking a little about the football games tomorrow night, which we've already kind of covered a little bit this week. But Hilton Head at Stall. We should probably go ahead and make our picks since these games are tomorrow. I'm going with the Seahawks. How about you boys?
I got to go with my alma mater, Hilton Head. I looked up a couple things going before writing my previews going into this game, and Hilton Head's only lost to Stall once. They are 13-1 in the series, so Hilton Head's dominates right, but they haven't played for a while since they're in that same region 8-3A.
Right.
For a couple of years in the mid-2010s, they were in the same region, but this is the first time they played each other in a while. Of course, Payne was there back then. But I think Hilton Head has the upper hand in this game. I'm excited to see how Derek Ranaziski does, because you lose Jackson Bobby to graduation, had a strong career, had some iffy moments, but all in all, he was a great guy, great quarterback. And now I'm excited about this Ranaziski. I haven't seen him yet, but from what I've heard about practices and just from words around the coaching staff, they're excited about it. And so obviously Troy Timp goes to rock. He's what kind of makes this offense tick, makes it go. And so probably see a lot of him, especially when they get a lead. Hilton gets a lead, they will rely on that run game, and they can saw the game away. That's what Payne's teams do. They play tough defense. They win ugly. They like to win ugly. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of one of the themes of these last few years, and I think start off with a win here on the road. It would be always nice to get an early win away from the nest, away from home, and obviously Stalls certainly. I mean, only won a pair of games this year. They kind of struggled throughout last season. Certainly won't be easy on the road for Hilton Head, but I do expect that they have the upper edge in talent, and they should come out of this with a victory to start the year, which would be nice for DJ Payne and that squad. So I'm going with my alma mater, the Seahawks, to start it off.
So it's unanimous Seahawks.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Stall has definitely struggled the last few seasons, so I don't expect anything different going into this game. I think Hilton Head's got this one in the bag.
I think so. I mean, they're pretty good. Their front seven, especially, is going to be pretty solid on defense. The secondary has been a little bit questionable in the preseason, but Thibodeau's back over there, I think, and he was good last year. So I think they'll round into form. I think they take care of business against Stall. Now, the other one, I'm really on the fence about this JP2 Lawrence Manning game, because I mean, Lawrence Manning, I think I got to take Lawrence Manning, but man, they lost a lot, like a lot. And I just don't know what they got coming behind it. Presumably private school, if you lost a bunch, you probably went and got some, like you probably didn't just go on with your life. So I think I'm going Lawrence Manning, but I think it might be close. How about you guys?
I'd love to see this one be a fight to that last play in the fourth quarter. I think there's an opportunity that it could, at least close until the very last few minutes. JP2 is going to have to do a good job of protecting the football and working hard like they did defensively, like they did on their last game. When they played Colleton Prep tough, that was a tight one, and Warhawks had to earn it. So I like the defensive intensity they showed there. If they can bring that same energy back home to their opener in Hardeeville Richard Gray Sports Complex, where we call USCB baseball games. They play in the football field next to that. And so looking forward to getting back there and watching some football. It was a fun venue. I've been to a few games there. I really enjoy that venue. And it's a great crowd atmosphere. It seems to, it's not a huge field, but just the stands are right near there. They do a great job with the pregame tailgates and a great fan base. They always show their support throughout a couple seasons, which I'm sure they wish could have been a little better. But even so, I think there's still some optimism to be had for Coach Shane Milligan and JP2, and this could be a big statement kind of win at home as you get ready for what should be a tough region slate up ahead. So I'm going to go Lawrence Manning, but I think it's going to be close.
All right. Will Max go with the crowd, or will he buck the trend?
It's tough because I would love to see JP2 get a win out of this game, but I don't know what to expect out of them after losing, Jackson Sanders last week. I don't know what to fully expect out of this JP2 team. And Lawrence Manning for the last, I assume, 4 or 5 years now have always had strong teams, no matter how young and how inexperienced or experienced or whatever, they always bring out a strong team. I got to go Lawrence Manning because I don't know what to expect out of JP2, and I just have a feeling Lawrence Manning's going to be too powerful for this JP2 team to handle.
I mean, it would be a real coup if JP2 won. Lawrence Manning last year 4A runner-up. Year before 4A runner-up. Year before
they know how to reload. They know how to reload.
Yep. 3A state champ. Year before 3A runner-up. Year before 3A runner-up. Year before 3A state champ. Year before 3A runner-up. So we're talking about
they are Hammond's biggest.
We're talking about 7 straight years.
Perennial contender for
perennial power.
Yeah. But like you said, Justin, I mean,
I think it would be a real coup. But
I agree.
I mean,
you said this Lawrence Manning team lost a lot of players, and I did look at that roster the other night. I was like, wow. Yeah, you weren't joking when you said a lot. They lost a lot of players. But I also think whenever they lose
senior,
because they've done that.
Junior.
They've done that before. They've dealt with that before, and they somehow in the end always come out, being a really strong team. So I can't see JP2 winning this game against Lawrence Manning. Now, it'd be great to see them win, but I just don't know how strong of a team JP2 has right now. I don't know what to expect out of them. I know Lawrence Manning's going to bring it because they always do, and they have for the last 7-8 years plus. So I just have to go with Lawrence Manning in this game.
Yeah, I think so too. Against my heart, I wanted to pick JP2, but I couldn't talk myself into it.
I do too, but I can't. I just can't. Honestly, I can't.
I know. Couldn't quite. You didn't fall victim. Last week you fell victim. You got excited about Hilton Head Prep and it burned you. So.
I did, but I expected to see a little. I mean, Prep gave a fight anyway to Beaver Academy, despite the score.
They didn't show it, but it was just a few plays away from a close game.
Yeah. It was more of a fight than
just some mistakes from Prep, but I expect Prep to have. Who are they playing on Friday? They play St. Andrews. I expect that to be a much more
afternoon delight.
Afternoon delight. It's 5 p.m. First afternoon delight of the season. The
yes, sir.
Afternoon delight.
Let's go. Yeah.
All right, boys.
Yeah, so I'd go with JP. I would love to go with JP too,
but
I
consensus.
Yeah,
we have a consensus. Yep. All right. Well, tune in tomorrow night to find out if we were proved right or wrong by the results on the field. We'll do it at 9:30 tomorrow as well. So we'll have kind of like the headlines up top, anything that's pressing news, and then we'll shift gears and go Lowco Pigskin preview. Planning to have Rob Hanna on as well as Carnell Warren. So we got some good guests lined up.
I might be live from On Location, depending on how the game goes. It's a 7 o'clock start, so it might be at.
Me and Wes might be out at JP2 tomorrow night.
So we'll play it by ear. If I got to get a co-host or whatever, or if I just got to go red zone and go live to you guys, we'll figure it out. But we'll make it work one way or the other. One way or the other. The Lowco Booster Club supports us, so support them. We got Court Lifestyle Pros. Daniel and Debbie Court are Lowco natives who want to bring you home to Hilton Head Island. They're with Charter One Realty. Eagle Creations has promotional items, custom apparel, custom gift baskets, and all kinds of other cool stuff. Stop by their showroom on Argent Boulevard to see what all they can do for you at Eagle Creations. Jay's Barbershop is the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. You can go in for great conversation and come out looking stylish at Jay's Barbershop. If you have sticky, gross, dirty floors, Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country would love to get them so clean your feet will thank you. Chris Odom gave us our thumbs up tonight. He and the team will take care of you if you got those gross floors. Hudson Seafood House on the docks needed a cocktail, a beverage, a brunch, po' boy, Andrews Way. Stop by Hudson Seafood House on the docks. They're the presenting sponsor of Under the Bus, which we had a new episode tonight, 7 o'clock. So you can go find that on the Lowco Media Network or wherever you get your podcast tomorrow. And finally, Hurricane Sports Cafe, where I will be 9:30 p.m. Friday, running point for the 2-minute drill. Lowco 2-minute drill as we get Lowco Pigskin Live going at 9:30 with a live look. So going to be fun, experimental. You don't know what will happen. One time they make an appearance at Hurricanes after the game. Saw one time yesterday cutting the grass, by the way. It made my day. I was like, one time. That's my guy. But fellas, that's it for tonight. We've got a big night ahead tomorrow with a couple of football games. We'll see if we can't get somebody from Hilton Head High to clue us in on that too. Maybe Coach Beach can go live, give us a live look from Stall. And then a huge night, Friday night, full slate of games.
Big slate.
Yep. It's a blowout play. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on tap. Maybe even 12. I think I might be missing one in there.
And for Friday night,
did you count the 8-man game?
I got that one in there.
Yeah. So on Friday night, for any of you who are going to be at games that we may not be at, please feel free to give us scoring updates so we can get all those scores and stuff ready for the Pigskin Live.
Turn that phone sideways. Get us some video.
Yeah, get us some video, man.
We would love that. We got a link. We got a link in our Facebook, pinned in our Facebook post that you can drop video files in, and we'll get them directly. So hook it up. Jimmy Searson will be at the Buford Fort D game. Tim will be at the Airport May River game. Wes, you'll be at Well Branch Bluffton as well as Brady Sacha. I'll be at Colleton County, Hampton. I know. They're talking smack at each other, too. Colleton and Hampton talking smack, too. I'll be there with Sammy Dubs. Max, you'll be at Hilton Head Christian Battery Creek, where I believe Javon and them will be as well.
I think so.
Hardeeville Bethune-Bowman, my boss, Principal Rayleigh, will be reporting on that one for me. Eau Claire at Ridgeland. I'm going to see if we can get a reporter on that. St. Andrews at Hilton Head Prep. Wes, you trying to get to that? You trying to do a double dip?
Unfortunately, the time is not kind to me.
Not going to work.
Because
5 p.m.
I wish it was a little bit earlier. 3:30 would have been perfect. So
we'll see if we can't get somebody on that one as well.
Yes, hopefully we can.
And we got Bethesda, Thomas Hayward. I know that Dietrich Schuford will be Team Lowco's rep at Bethesda Academy, Thomas Hayward. Patrick Henry, Academic Magnet, will have the Stricklander there, and we'll see if we can get somebody to cross to let us know what happens with them and Jefferson Davis. Although, yeah, Jefferson Davis. Yeah, I was thinking of somebody else. I was thinking Andrew Jackson. I get my old racists mixed up sometimes, But Jeff, they're 8-man. Andrew's 11-man now. But
yeah.
All right, boys. Well, I think that does it for tonight. We did plenty of damage.
We didn't bring any sponsors, did we? You did the Booster Club?
Yeah, we did the Booster Club.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did.
You checked out for that, I guess. Yeah, I did.
There's a lot going on tonight.
Thank you for
I talked about sticky, dirty, gross floors. You just you must have spaced out during that, but it's all good. I do. I might have spaced out during too.
Hey, it happens. Happens to everyone.
It's been a long day, brother. I got up early to go serve the children this morning, and I had a jam-packed schedule. But great to talk with Zoe Allen and Adam Kinloch.
So a fun weekend of football.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And a basketball camp on tap too.
Yeah, that's right.
But great to talk with Adam Kinloch. Love that dude's energy. He's the best. Zoe Allen, a little lower energy. He's a little more subdued than Kinloch off the field at least. But great to talk with him as well. Great kid. Yeah, man, he's saving it for Friday. And then Devin Butler, great to reconnect with him. Can't wait to see him Saturday with the kids. That's going to be really cool. So thanks to all of our sponsors who make it possible, especially the OGs and the All-Stars, Mickelson Law Firm. We appreciate you, Mickelson Squad. Always taking care of us. So if you need legal advice, call in Mickelson Law Firm. And thanks to you for showing up and listen and watch. Colleton County showed out tonight. We had a lot of love from Colleton in the comments. They'd be loving us up there. So you got to go to Walterboro soon, Max. Get some Walterboro love. They love us up there, don't they?
I plan on going to Walterboro at least one game this year, and I do want to get out to Varnville for a Hampton County game as well.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that. All right, boys. Well, we'll see you again tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. for the Lowco Sports Lowdown and Lowco Pigskin preview. Look forward to that, breaking it all down. I believe Marcus Walsh also going to jump on with us and share his region picks tomorrow night. So we're going to have, my guys got love for us. We got love for y'all too. We're going to have a jam-packed show tomorrow night. Be sure to tune in, 9:30 p.m. Until then, for Max Arraj and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Go Lowco.
The Lowco Sports Lowdown podcast is a production of Lowco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Lowco.